Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Look at all these gaslighters, look at them. Called XRP the greatest fraud in crypto when the SEC filed its unfaithful complaint, but with Hex, an obvious scam for Richard Hart, they just can't understand it. It's interesting to see these crypto influencers discuss a coin like XRP, and this was again when the XRP lawsuit was announced from the Wolf of All Streets here. Trading XRP right now is the equivalent of buying Enron in 2001. Why even bother or take the risk? There's another one here from Gabriel Shapiro. I shared some thoughts with Sheet on XRP delisting. I believe XRP is a security and that Ripple's years of dumping on brainwashed retail investors is way overdue to be stopped, but the SEC's approach is pain maximizing to XRP holders who are exchange customers. Again, this is from December of 2020. I'm sure, a lot of you guys were there, but it's funny to see their approach now that we've got the Hex lawsuit. And if you guys didn't catch the video I did this morning, I'll link it up here in the top right-hand corner. Wolf of All Street says the SEC has filed a suit against Richard Hart for securities fraud with Hex. I'm going to wait for this to actually play out to start placing judgment. And what about Shapiro over here? He says, I might have to do a long thread on the SEC versus Hart/Hex case. As much as we all want to hate that project, and as much as it has all scammy vibes, I think the SEC's complaint has a lot of inaccuracies, and Hart's defenses are better than you might suspect. Things that make you go, Obviously, we can see through this. We can see these influencers' true colors here when it comes to Ripple and XRP. Now, some of them may have changed their mind since 2020, but that still has to be revealed. Anyway, I wanted to thank Mr. HBAR here for posting this. Despite the negativity that's going on in the crypto space today, there's still a lot of partnership news going on with Ripple and XRP. Wrath of Kahneman here posting this. Lots to unpack in this July 19th release. Okay, so this guy's just happened last month. Tokenist bought 50,000 XRP and thus expands its investment in Ripple. An article here from Bloomberg here does suggest this. XRP coins, and it says here 50,000 euros, it looks as though. Down here it says the Ripple, so just some highlights here. The Ripple XRP ledger enables the blockchain-based secure global transfer of different currencies. XRP, okay, so just giving us some info. Tokenist, though, extends its investment in Ripple Labs with the purchase of XRP tokens in the amount of 50,000 euros. So Frankfurt-based Tokenist Investment AG bought 50,000 XRP. Tokenist has already acquired shares in Ripple Labs, so they also have shares in the company via a so-called special purpose vehicle in January of 2023. Ripple, based on their own statement, operates a global trading center and enables banks and financial institutions to make cross-border payments in Ripple's proprietary cryptocurrency XRP as a value transfer and conversion medium in a fraction of the time, securely and significantly lower cost than traditional payment systems. And here's a quote down here, guys, from Tokenist. We expect, based on our analysis, that Ripple Labs as a software and consulting business, as well as the XRP token as a cryptocurrency, will play significant roles in the financial industry's evolution towards the use of blockchain technology. This coming from Oliver Michel, CEO of Tokenist Investment AG. We have, of course, always been watching the XRP coin in parallel with Ripple Labs. Our investment was made after a court decision in the week of the 13th of July. That brings clarity to the fact that the XRP coin is not a security in the US. This investment in XRP coins complements our previous investment in Ripple Labs, and we are acting in accordance with our investment guidelines, according to which we only acquire tokens from companies in which we also hold equity. So this coming from Mona Tiesler, investment manager at Tokenist. So it looks like Tokenist is, changing up their strategy, also, making this decision after the XRP lawsuit was clear. In January, Tokenist invested $100,000 in the company, as per Wrath of Kahneman here. Also in January, they invested in Polysign, Tranglo, and Link 2. So also very interesting connections there. Wrath of Kahneman continues by saying, but the latest, buying 50,000 XRP is interesting. Why? Why announce it like this? The PR is frankly inaccurate. XRP isn't Ripple's proprietary crypto. Happened 1 week after Torres' judgment. Perhaps Fintwit has some insight about a move like this. I don't know, but it was stated here by Bloomberg. This is directly on Bloomberg.com. I don't know, unless they got their details incorrect. This is an official statement by Tokenist. So interesting news there. Wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman for bringing that to us. Also happened to see this, guys. Tencent-backed Airwallex' Singapore unit gets a fresh $165 million. Now we know Airwallex is a Ripple customer. They've received 220 million Singapore dollars, which equates to about 165 million American. Capital injection from the Cayman Islands-based parent company, according to regulatory filings. The latest infusion brings the total shares held by Airwallex in its Singapore unit to about 263 million. So this shows filings with Singapore's Accounting and Corporate Regulatory Authority, so ACRA. This comes less than 5 months after the Cayman Islands-based parent injected $6 million into Airwallex Singapore, which officially launched its services in the city-state last year. So more money too going to another Ripple partner, namely Airwallex here. It's great to see this growth occurring globally, and I mean, we know Ripple has always been growing outside of the US despite the SEC lawsuit. So, it's no surprise that we're seeing this kind of investments from, from token is one thing directly into Ripple, but also Ripple-enabled companies like Airwallex. So great news there, guys. Great news, great news, great news. I mean, I have to kind of give you guys a bit of good news. Despite, some of the negative news we're hearing in the crypto space today. Like I said this morning, we were talking about the BAL token and the HEX token. What was going on there? Potential collusion, perhaps a coordinated effort, another one to bring down the market. Well, James K. Filan also bringing this to our attention with regards to the Terra Luna case, and that a judge made a comment on Torres's ruling on the Ripple case, okay? So here, Stuart Alderati clarifies that the ruling in the Terra case changes nothing about the Ripple ruling, and XRP is not a security. I guess I should clarify by mentioning this, okay? Ripple ruling on crypto was rejected by a federal judge in the Terra case. To give you guys a bit of a background, Do Kwon is now in court, and they wanted to use the Ripple verdict in his case, so a federal judge in New York split with another judge who earlier this month ruled that a Ripple Labs token was not a security when sold to the public on secondary markets, added to uncertainty over crypto regulation. U.S. District Judge Jed Rakoff on Monday allowed the SEC to go forward with its case against Terraform Labs and founder Do Kwon. In doing so, Rakoff said he rejected the distinction made in the Ripple case between public and institutional sales. So here's what he said. In court filings, the SEC had urged Rakoff not to follow the U.S. District Judge Annalisa Torres' reasoning in the Ripple case. The regulator has said it's considering an appeal of the Ripple decision. Torres, who sits one floor above Rakoff in the Manhattan Federal Courthouse, ruled that Ripple's XRP token is a security when sold directly to institutional investors but not to the general public. The court declines to draw a distinction between these coins based on their matter of sale, such that coins sold directly to institutional investors are considered securities, and those sold through secondary market transactions to retail investors are not, Rakoff said in the Terra decision. In doing so, the court rejects the approach recently adopted by another judge of this district in a similar case. So, I mean, this has gotten the XRP community a little worried. James K. Filan coming out and saying, Stuart Alderati is clarifying this. What Stuart Alderati said, let me be clear about some confusion going on. The ruling in the Terra case changes nothing about the Ripple ruling, and XRP is not a security. Also, and then he posts this, okay, the Bloomberg crypto article, a federal judge in the New York split with another judge who earlier this month ruled that the Ripple Labs token was not a security. So from that article that I just read to you. So I guess I should continue. Also, he says the Terra case is just starting, and that judge has to accept everything that the SEC alleges as true for now. Our ruling came after a full factual record developed over 2+ years, and that was presented to the court. I'll let others dive into the Terra judge's comment, including his apparent misreading of the Ripple judge's reasoning, i.e., missing the point that secondary market traders can't invest money in anyone or anything if they don't know who they are buying it from. And so Jeremy Hogan just responding to this, I think we need a video explaining this. Finally, I get to say this to someone else this time. So if you guys did hear this, not to be worried, Jeremy Hogan also commenting, what the Terra judge doesn't know is that numerous XRP purchasers submitted unopposed affidavits that they didn't even know who or what Ripple was when they bought. That's why evidence matters, and there's no evidence in this case yet. So another, linking another article to that story. Corey Clipston, though, here saying, doesn't matter how many didn't know. Millions did know that Ripple printed XRP and sat on a massive pile of tokens, and thus had the incentive to pump their bags and fake partnerships and press releases. And you know this too, Jeremy. Sold your soul for some crap coins. Jeremy Hogan, though, responding, it has nothing to do with what you or I know. It's only what the evidence is. This is litigation. Candice Majoris here saying, I would have preferred that he simply stated that the facts and circumstances of the case differed rather than make this parallel. And Jeremy Hogan says, yes, the judge didn't do us any favors. This will embolden the SEC. So what does this mean, guys, with regards to the SEC and their current cases against HEX, And, even moving forward, maybe with other future cases, Sherry here saying, you're right, evidence does matter to support why there should be a distinction here. Just outlining this point here, the court declines to draw a distinction between these coins based on their manner of sale, such that coins sold directly to institutional investors are considered securities, and those sold through secondary market transactions to retail investors are not. So that was the official distinction made by the judge in the Do Kwon Terra Luna case. John Deaton also adding his 2 cents here. I'm getting a lot of questions about Terra Luna judge's rejection and distinction from the Torres decision. I'm traveling and haven't read the ruling. Earlier, I said the judge from the same district might be hard-pressed to openly disagree with Judge Torres. This judge apparently wasn't so hard-pressed. This is the very nature of litigation. I'll comment more after I've read the decision, but know this. Judge Torres was applying the Howey factors to indisputable facts at summary judgment. The judge in Terra Luna was ruling on a motion to dismiss. In Ripple, the SEC's expert witnesses' opinion on retail investors was struck, in large part due to our efforts, and the SEC had no evidence that retail investors were relying on Ripple. We submitted thousands of affidavits from XRP holders who acquired XRP with no knowledge of Ripple, as well as acquiring XRP for non-investment purposes. My confidence in the Torres ruling hasn't changed one bit from this judge's ruling. Welcome to litigation, people. So it can get messy, but these lawyers seem very confident. Mark Fagel here saying, interesting. It's absolutely correct that one can't compare MTD or SJ. But as someone who had concerns about Torres' reasoning, it's comforting to see I'm not alone. By the way, Rakoff is no fan of the SEC, albeit historically had concerns about them being inadequately aggressive. John Deaton saying, I guess I read the Torres decision more narrowly than some. For example, I never believed that she was saying that there could never be an investment contract when purchasing on an exchange. In the Ripple case, the SEC didn't offer evidence that Ripple's statements and promises reached secondary market buyers. The SEC said Ripple had ways to buy XRP on its website in 2017. The SEC relied on a tweet by the Ripple CEO in 2014, or that Ripple sent a brochure to 100 potential investors in 2015. The SEC wasn't offering evidence that some of the 100 investors who got the brochure bought XRP, but instead the SEC was saying that that was enough evidence to claim that people in 2020 and present day were buying XRP based on those early year statements. The judge just wouldn't make that evidentiary leap, in my opinion. I still think because she applied the facts of the case to the Howey factors, she won't be overruled on any appeal, but that doesn't mean there aren't other factors with other projects that could turn out differently. So, still talking about this because now this is a precedent that has been set. John Deaton also continued by saying, as I've said before, some of the best legal analysis I've read come from non-lawyers. Here's a tweet from David Schwartz, guys. This ruling seems to be based on some very unusual properties of this particular scheme and not the way cryptocurrencies generally work. None of the below, the crux of the reasoning here, applies to typical cryptocurrencies as far as I can tell. So even David Schwartz, and John Deaton complimented him on this, has nothing to do with any of what has occurred from that former lawsuit. So, this is, basically what we're getting here. Today is also August 1st. The Escrow was just released. Ripple unlocks 400 million XRP from Escrow. This one from Michael Branch here. But get this, guys, there was a note, an unusual memo. In the transaction, Ripple has unlocked XRP from its Escrow, as it does at the beginning of every month. And the transaction involved 400 million XRP containing a particularly strange memo, sparking curiosity among community members about its origin and the entity responsible for it. So Mr. Intuitive Troomers Only posted this. What the F is this, guys? Here is the transaction details, and you can see the escrow owner is Ripple and the receiver is Ripple. Escrow amount 400 million XRP. But guys, take a look at the memo here. I'm just going to read a part of this for you, okay? Sedan is now Lambo. Tepid Jam is now Hot Jam. DAI's rat is caught in a mousetrap. Now, will Jeremy H's broken dock and hacked Twitter account be fixed? Will the party become a proper party? Will the revolution be televised as a side? David is the secret sauce and tepid sauce or a hot sauce. Things that make you go, Some people here not believing this, saying, give me the link because I don't buy it. Like here, Jack Chester here also saying, anybody can put something in a memo. And that is true. Anybody can put something in a memo. But Mr. Intuitive saying, yeah, but that ain't a Ripple wallet. This, in fact, is a Ripple wallet. Mr. Intuitive just proving that to us. TikTok saying, what kind of joke is this? Link or it didn't happen, but Mr. Intuitive Troomers Only did post this, the BitHomp link, and I'm clicking on it right now, guys. You guys can see this brings us to BitHomp. Escrow owner Ripple, receiver is Ripple. This is for the 400 million XRP, and that, in fact, is in the memo section. So I'm thinking maybe somebody at Ripple having a little bit of fun. Somebody who follows the XRP community. Also just wanted to bring this considering we were talking a little bit about Elon Musk and the X platform yesterday. And if you didn't catch that video, I'll link it up here in the top right-hand corner. NFT God also bringing this up, breaking X coins is now included in the latest dev version. So we can see, guys, it is being developed. Coins is now available, or this is a dev version of this. Digital currencies and collectibles are coming way sooner than you think. Here's all the dramatic changes and what you need to know on how to stay ahead. Well, the X platform here did give some context here. This is not a new feature and has existed with no changes on the X site since January of 2023. So it does look as though they have been working on this since January of 2023. Twitter keeps working on Twitter coins. They've added an item called coins to the nav bar. So you guys can see it again here, coins. But for those of you guys who use Twitter, even for those of you guys who are subscribed to Twitter Blue, we do not have those options on our platform quite yet. So it looks as though this is a developer version of the platform. Of course, Elon Musk wanting to deliver on his promise. It looks like we're getting closer, guys. But I mean, what's going on here? Are they just having a little fun? Probably not a bad idea considering all the negativity we've been seeing over the last couple of days. That's just my opinion, though, and I don't think it's going to hurt the crypto industry. We are still moving up, guys, and that's the important thing. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.